Good morning again. This is take 3 as we try to get our internet to work here in the big sunny city of Brisbane. Yes, it's always, I think I had better luck when I was living out in the bush. All right, today we are a week into our projects. We have lots of words written. Well, hopefully we've got lots of words written, and they're starting to get a little bit unwieldy to manage. So unless you have systems in place, it can get a little bit out of control. So you've got your character descriptions, you've got your outlines, you've got your plot summaries, you've got your notes as things change, you've got the research that you've done, hopefully you've got some goals and some daily word counts or however you're keeping track of your work. And things just tend to grow like topsy, and you don't know what you're deleting and you don't know what you're keeping. So I had a friend yesterday make a comment. Belinda was talking about still doing things by hand and pen and paper, which is really romantic, and I love to write with pen and paper. But if you're serious about this and you want to start writing quickly and you want to start getting those books out, pen and paper can probably be left, I guess, in the drawer, because it's really, really hard to keep up and be, and I hate to use the word prolific, but if you want to get something finished and out there, and you want to be able to edit it and change it and move it around and grow as your ideas grow, then you really need to be, I guess, a little bit more professional nowadays. And I hate to say that, because I love writing with pen and paper and I love going out in the bush. But I ended up buying myself an iPad Pro so that I could go out in the bush and still do my writing, but have it attached to a screen so I didn't have to go home and type it all up and waste all that time. So I sometimes use my Word document, which I can then take to draft to digital, and they'll format it and put it into the EPUB and the Mobi and however else I want it, PDF, and they'll put in the front matter and the end matter and the covers and all those kinds of things, and I can go in and change it. So that is really easy, and you can do that if you like Word. But I like Scrivener, and I wanted to just show you what Scrivener looked like because I had some questions about it the other day. All right, so what we have here is, the first thing I have to do is share my screen so you can see my screen. All right, so you can see my screen now. I'm still learning to use this technology, I've got to admit. All right, so there it is. That is what Scrivener looks like when you open it up. It's got instructions. I did a course. I think his name was, I remember his first name's Joseph, but I can't remember his surname. And it's getting started in Scrivener or something like that. I've done this 3 times now and I've forgotten what it's called. Start Scrivener Fast or something. I'll put it in the Facebook group, everybody, so that we can remember. But down the side here, it's got fiction, non-fiction, script writing. Depending what you want to write, it's there for you. Down here, I can open an existing file. I should be able to open an existing file, but I haven't written for so long there might not be any in it. So let's go into our recent files. And there's some of the things that I've been working on as I play around. My life as a mining wife, I wonder if I'll ever finish writing that. The Voices in Your Head, that is the ebook that I've now finished, and you can collect a copy of that free writing guidelines if you sign up to our newsletter over at Writer on the Road, www.writerontheroad.com, and that ebook's waiting there for you. One of the ones, I guess we'll have a look at Coming Home and see what's in there. That was an old romance novel I was writing, and there are all my chapters down the left-hand side. I actually did do something in the olden days that's really nice to know. So that gives me an overlay of what my chapters look like and how it's going to look, and you can go into the book chapter by chapter and you can have a look at actually what I've been writing. This is a very, very old one that I've been playing with to fix up, and I can go down to chapter 9 and it's still there. And the exciting thing about this one is I can actually go down to chapter 12 because I've actually done the work, and you can see my notes about what I want to happen and what I don't want to happen. So it's pretty exciting. It's all there. The thing that I like about this, if you want to do your character sketches, you can put them in there as you add characters, and especially if you're writing a bigger novel like I am now with The Timber Cutter's Daughter, I can keep track of my timeline. I've got to go through from 1900 through to 1940, I think it is, and I can keep track of all my timelines. I can put in my research. I haven't got anything in this one because it was I say it was only a romance novel. Is a current day's setting. But in the Timber Cutter's Daughter, I've got a lot of trove documents. I've got a lot of research documents. I've downloaded a lot of scholarly articles, and I just keep them all there so that I can dip into them and they're all in the one spot, which is really, really exciting. The thing that I like about this is that when I go into compose mode, there you go, I'm not distracted. Nothing can distract me, and I can just type away without getting excited about all the other stuff that's going on there. I can go into compile mode and I can print it all out, and that's really nice as well. And I can say what if I want it in manuscript or if I want it, and I can add all those title pages, everything that I need to add front matter to get it ready to go, and then I can print it out if that's what I choose. And I think in this one I can do formatting to EPUB and Mobi and all that kind of stuff. I got to admit I never got that far. I just decided I'd pay someone else, which makes a lot of sense when you've got no money. Okay, and up the top you have things like project, and this is what we're interested in because we're still in the early days, our project statistics. And it'll give us word counts and it'll give us characters. So in this novel I've got 50,969 words. Now I want to show you that because it proves that I actually did write something one day, and I don't know when it was, but it's 134 pages. So that's a romance novel written, ready to be edited to go out. Unfortunately it's been sitting there for a couple of years now, so maybe I'll have a look at it that one day. But you can go back and you can add different projects, and you can go, so as you can see I can go into many different projects. Why you wouldn't use that system or a system that's similar, and that's in my document file now, so you don't want to know all that stuff. God knows what goes on in there. That's all my projects. Alright, so we'll go back to me. Alright, I did have a lovely quote to read you. It still may be here, and it's something about why we need to have our files organised. But because I've recorded this 3 times now, I think I've lost that quote. So I might stick that in with my notes as I write them. But basically what it was saying is, as we write, we can almost use, I guess, film techniques. As we see our stories happening, we can write scenes and we can move them around. And one of the things we do is we may know how our novel's going to end. So in Scrivener, we can just jump in and we can start typing away at chapter 12. Or we may have an extra idea or an extra scene for chapter 5, so we can go in and we can put that in. A lot of people do that. I think I'll make a proper mini clip of how to use Scrivener and be a little bit more professional about it. But for today, all I wanted you to do was take away the fact that there are ways of doing it that are easier than pen and paper. Although, as I said, there's no fallback for pen and paper if you really want to go and do that. It feels good, and as long as you've got someone else to type it up for you, I reckon. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully this one will work, because I don't want to do it a 4th time.